teams make the trip to Peoria. Only one goes home happy. Carbondale in their first Elite Eight since 1995 when they lost the title game. Chicago Simeon, one of two public league teams here this weekend. The Wolverines chasing their second state title.
Visiting team will be the Wolverines of Chicago.
And welcome to Peoria, Illinois. This weekend, the capital city of Illinois basketball. I'm Lee Hall. We are live at Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. As we mentioned, 8 teams make the trip to state. Dreams will be dashed. Dreams will be realized here this weekend. It's all a little thing we like to call America's original March Madness. Often imitated, never duplicated. Game 1 today. Well, I tell you what, everybody here this weekend is ranked. It's a stacked field. To start things off, it's number 10 Carbondale against number 6 Chicago Simeon. For the call of today's first ball game, let's go to Tom Stocker and Bill Hitt.
All right, Lee, thank you very much. You know, Bill, I think that there's very few people that are surprised that Simeon's down here, one of the Chicago Powers. But when a team like Carbondale, you start out the season 0-2, I don't think you're going to figure you're going to be in the Elite Eight.
No, they've come on strong time the rest of the season, and this is going to be a great game. Two teams that love to play 94 feet basketball.
Let's take a look and see how these two teams made it here to the final field of 8 at Carver Arena. First of all, let's take a look at Simeon with winning over Chicago Harper in the regional final, a win over Brother Rice in the semis of the sectional, beating Hyde Park for the sectional championship, and in the UIC Super Sectionals, they defeated Gene Pignatore's St. Joe's team 60-56. Meanwhile, for Carbondale, wins over Murfreesboro and Centralia in the sectional, then a win over powerful Belleville West in the sectional finals, and then they beat the East St. Louis Flyers in the Carbondale Super Sectionals to get here to the Elite Eight. Now for the stars of these two clubs. First of all, for Simeon, Calvin Brock, one of the players of the year by some publications up in Chicago. He has been an all-amazing, all-around talent.
He does everything. He's great on the press and does it's just so active underneath the basket.
Calvin Brock, a guy that's not afraid to dive on the court. Bill, he's not afraid to give himself up out there either.
No, you know, Bob Hambrick describes him as that energy bunny, and I think that's an apt description of Calvin.
Meanwhile, for the Terriers of Carbondale, the big guy this year has been Justin Dentman. He's 6'7", and he has been the man, according to Jim Miller, for the Terriers.
Justin Dempton. You know, I'll get it out. You know, he's a three-point threat, and he's had big baskets. He had 2 big free throws in their super sectional victory.
Now let's take a look at what these two teams have to do here in the Elite Eight. First of all, Bill, for the Simeon Wolverines.
You know, in their super sectional victory, they had 4 players score. They're going to need to get better balance today. A big key for them is guarding Dentman. There, I got it. He's a great three-point shooter, and they're going to just have to be aware of where he is on the court. Bob Hambrick likes to describe his team as being able to play different styles, but today they're going to have to play my way, their way, and not make this into a track meet.
Meanwhile, for Carbondale, and they're going to have to really light it up from outside.
They've shot all well from three-point, Tom, especially Dentman, over 40% for the season. They're going to have to get some early threes to make Simeon guard them away from the basket. They need more bang underneath the boards. They're going to have to keep those active Simeon people off the boards, and they're going to have to control the tempo, make it a running game.
So you're going to see perhaps a contrast of styles here in this first quarterfinal game. Coming up, we'll meet the two teams after we hear this from your local stations. we get set for the first of our 4 quarterfinal games here in the Elite Eight as Chicago Simeon, the Wolverines, taking on the Terriers of Carbondale. Carbondale, co-champs of the South 7 Conference. Let's take a look and see where these two schools are located. Opposite ends of the state of Illinois, with Chicago Simeon 169 miles away from Peoria, and Carbondale making the trek of nearly 300 miles all the way up here, 285 miles up to Peoria. As for the hometowns of these two cities, 3 million in Chicago, Carbondale down there, the home of Southern Illinois. It's been a big basketball weekend down there in Carbondale. Enrollment for the two schools and the two conferences from the public league. One of 2 public league teams here for the first time in a long time, and Carbondale again out of the South 7 Conference. Bill, this is a game where the pace is going to be really important, especially I think more for Carbondale than for Farragut. They're going to want that up tempo.
Yeah, definitely. They're giving up a big height differential to Simeon underneath the basket, and they're going to have to make this a running game.
Take a look. How good is this field? Only the 4th best ever in AA history. The teams have combined to win nearly 92% of their games. Only 21 losses for the 8 combined teams. All of this year's teams, by the way, in the Elite Eight finished in the Associated Press top 16 for the first time ever in IHSA history, girls or boys. And only Hoffman Estates was the only one not ranked in the top 10. They may make some noise before this tournament is over as well. All right, let's meet the two squads here in quarterfinal game number 1. And to introduce them, here's stadium announcer Paul Herzog.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association of the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for America's original March Madness. This Class AA quarterfinal game features the Carbondale Terriers, a record of 27-5, and the Chicago Simeon Wolverines, a record of 26-4. Before we meet the starting lineups, we ask you to please stand and observe a moment of silence to reflect on our freedom. Remember our men and women in the armed forces serving us around the world. Thank you. And now to honor America. Remove your caps and address the flag with your hand over your heart as our guest soloist, a senior from Palatine Fremd High School, Tom Vendafredo, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now let's meet the teams in this quarterfinal contest. First of all, for the Wolverines of Chicago Simeon, a 6-foot senior guard, 14, Brandon Anderson. 6'1" senior guard, 22, Philip McLean. The 6'1" senior guard, 25, Demetrius Thomas. The 6-foot junior forward, 30, Jerron Neely. 6'2" senior forward, 33, Bryant Creamer. 6'3" junior guard forward, 40, Juan Brown. 6'6" senior forward, 50, Carl Etherly. And a 6'2" junior forward, 52, Roosevelt Gray. And now the Terriers of Carbondale. A 5'9" sophomore guard, 3, A.J. King. A 6'4" sophomore forward, 11, Chris Harper. A 6'4" junior forward, 20, Michael Floyd. A 6'2" junior forward, 24, Philip Fain. 6'1" junior guard, 31, Devon Bell. A 6'2" junior forward, 40, Stephen Haynes. And a 6'5" sophomore center, 41, Manuel Class. Now, let's meet the starting lineup for this quarterfinal contest. For Simeon, at a forward, a 6'6" senior, 32, Anthony Newell. For Carbondale, at a forward, a 6'7" senior, 21, Lawrence Blackledge. The other forward for the Wolverines, a 6'6" senior, 34, Calvin Brock. The other forward for the Terriers, a 6'1" senior, 32, Alex Spearman. At center for Chicago Simeon, 6'6" senior, 24, Brandon Alexander. At center for Carbondale, a 6'3" senior, 23, Tommy Holder. The guards for the Wolverines, a 6'3" junior, 12, Timothy Green. For Carbondale, a 6'1" senior, 5, Justin Detman. The guard for Simeon, a 5'11" junior, 20, Tristan Moore. The other guard for the Terriers, a 5'10" junior, 25, Michael DeWalt. Coaching in his 24th year at Simeon, a record of 551 and 144, Bob Hembrick. Assistant coaches, Robert Smith and Fred McClinton. Coaching in his 8th year, 6 at Carbondale, a record of 116 and 54, Jim Miller. Assistant coaches, Michael Butler, Joey Hamilton, Fred Hines, Brent Jackson, and Larry Jackson. No other state in America can claim the rich history and tradition.
All right, again, let's review the starting lineups here as Simeon with Newell and Brock, the forwards. Alexander at center. Boy, that's some tall trees inside. Green and Moore on the outside. For Carbondale, basically, they call with 5 guards. Blackledge, Spearman, Holder, Dentman, and DeWalt. They're interchangeable. They can pretty much play any role, but the same goes for Simeon's Wolverines. To toss out the ceremonial first jump. For those of us who have been around IHSA basketball in the media, and even some of you coaches, Bill Hitt, you've gotten to know this guy right here. Retiring after 31 years as Assistant Executive Secretary for the Illinois High School Association, Jim Flynn. To us in the media, he is Mr. IHSA, and it will not be the same tournament without him. He is a big reason why this tournament has the stature that it does, why it gets the media coverage it does. We'll be visiting with Jim throughout the day on our telecast. We recorded some interviews last night, and I think you'll enjoy visiting with Jim Flynn. And he does smile every so often. He's just looking real serious out there. This is an emotional moment for him. Going back to when he was a young fan of the Galesburg Silver Streaks in Galesburg, Illinois. Growing up following that program, one of the legendary programs. Jim Flynn. I'll borrow Jack Buck's line. Pardon me while I applaud.
Thanks, Jim, for 31 plus years of service.
Thank you, Jim Flynn. And now let's play some basketball. The officials, Jim Utterback, Demetrius Randall, 2 of the 3, and you'll look right down in the opening tip. Saved inbounds. Justin Dentman will put it right up. And he gets the tip off the top of the basket, and that's a good early omen for Carbondale.
Absolutely, they need to shoot the ball well. We see Carbondale picking them up full court and a man-to-man. They're going to want to make this a track meet if they can.
Going the baseline, trying to get the ball back outside was Newell. Saved by Green. On the wing it goes to Tristan Moore. Now back out front to the point guard, Timothy Green. They lob it in the lane. No, we've got a holding foul inside. And our first foul of the game will go against the Carbondale Terriers. Tommy Holder was holding.
Simeon is going to really look to try to pound the ball inside, use that superior height advantage.
For 3, Tristan Moore. On the offensive boards, inside was Brock. And he'll shoot 2 at the line as he was fouled on the play. The foul goes to Justin Dentman, and that's 2 quick fouls defensively for Carbondale. First trip down for Simeon.
You know, Simeon is so difficult to get a body on to keep them off the board. Their 3 big guys are just active and very quick.
Calvin Brock missing his first free throw. Brock, the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year. And I'm sure other accolades will be coming his way in postseason. Simeon's on the board, but there's the steal. Brock, the reverse layup won't go. The battle for the rebound in the lane. Timothy Green, a 6'3" junior.
Carbondale has got to be able to handle a full court zone press. They're going to see it extensively.
On the break, Blackledge feeding it down inside to Spearman, and it's out of bounds to Simeon. There you see the Terriers trying to quickly hustle the pace down court, but they really didn't get a controlled shot.
No, they're going to want to speed the ball up and attack the zone press, but you have to be under control. Simeon does a wonderful job of running the court defensively.
First of 4 8-minute quarters. Down on the block, muscling into the lane, Alexander. The loose ball fought for. It comes into the hands of Green. The shot long by Newell. Inside Brock. Nope, hit the bottom of the rim. And coming out of there with it, Michael DeWalt. Up ahead on the wing as they get it down to the point, and Dentman, he'll shoot for 3. Did he draw the foul? Yes, he did, and he'll be shooting 3 at the line.
Dentman has been an outstanding scorer from the perimeter all year, as a quick release and great range.
The foul on Tristan Moore, the first team foul, and Justin Dentman, an excellent free throw shooter, as you see, at 79%. But Bill, you've seen it in state finals with your teams. Those first 2 shots aren't always as smooth because it's just a different background than what you're used to shooting at.
Absolutely, and the kids will get used to it quickly.
He'll have 1 more. Dentman averaging nearly 22 points a game, over 3 rebounds and 3 assists a game, an all-around player. And he winds up getting 2 out of the 3.
We see some token pressure. Both of these teams like the zone press and make you pick the ball up when you don't want to.
Anthony Newell will throw it back outside to Green. He has several options on the play calling out front. A splash from the bench and Coach Bob Hambrick. Short hopping the ball, Newell almost lost the handle. Then they throw it over the top, skip pass. Down strong inside, Green. Ball's on the deck, and coming out of there with it was Holder, and he's fouled. And that's a second team foul on the Wolverines.
Well, we're seeing a real different look from Carbondale. They've got their 6'7" center playing the top on that 2-3 zone. It makes it very difficult to rotate and skip the ball.
The foul goes on Green. Team fouls are even at 2. With just over 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. Racing front court, Dentman. Losing the handle just momentarily was Holder, and it just broke up the timing all the way. Racing to the front court, Green, but now they'll set it up in the half court. This is what Simeon prefers to do, Bill. They like that half court set. They get it inside, and it's banked in by Brandon Alexander, the 6'6" senior. 5-4 lead. Carbondale wasting little time getting it down court. But they'll now set it up in a half court against a 2-3 zone.
Simeon is so difficult to defend because their size enables them to go inside, and they're very, very patient offensively.
From the corner, the long jumper too strong for Blackledge. He's still trying to find his touch. In the lane, Dentman, nice move, and he hits the jumper. He has got all 6 of their points.
Nice little rocker step, got the defender up in the air, and then was able to quick dribble around him.
Well, if they need a big game from Dentman, he's off to a good start. All 6 of the Terriers' points. They've got a 1-point lead. Timothy Green plays with a lot of poise. Now they get it on the wing, flashing inside. Calvin Brock, collision inside. Players on the deck.
Nice job by Tommy Holder to establish position, anticipated him going up, and drew the charge.
Well, here we are, some 70 years. 1934 was the last time the Chicago Public League had 2 teams in the Elite 8. Of course, they didn't even join the format until 28. That was at Huff Gym, University of Illinois. Chicago Marshall was there. Chicago Lane Tech played Thornton. That's the game that featured 2 future Baseball Hall of Famers. Lou Boudreau from Thornton, Phil Cavaretta, one of the most popular Cubs of his time. Lane Tech won it in 3 overtimes, 13-11. It's still going to be Terriers basketball. Thornton back then with the Flying Clouds, because they used to run with the basketball down court.
We're looking at Simeon coming out with just some variations of zone press, trying to get you to inbound the ball to the corner.
They get it into the front court just in time, and out front now Michael DeWalt with it. Back out front now Dentman. In the lane, the quick shot, Spearman, but the rebound. And already now a 6-2 advantage on the boards for Simeon. Not surprising, they've got a superior height advantage inside.
And they're just such quick jumpers, Tom. They get to the glass. They're hard to keep off the boards.
Simeon trailing by a point here in the first quarter. Winner goes to the first semifinal game tomorrow. From the wing, wide open was Moore. And the rebound, Tommy Holder. They break it down court. Nice recovery defensively by Green when it looked like that DeWalt had a step on him. Green flashed out of nowhere to tip it away.
Very, very quick coming to the ball from the weak side.
Simeon, winners of 17 of their last 18. You know, that win in the Super Sectionals over St. Joe's was the first time they played a team from outside Chicago since the championship of the Pontiac Holiday Tournament when they beat West Aurora.
Yeah, Bob,
significant win.
Yeah, Bob keeps his kids home. They play a really competitive schedule, but a lot of them are in the city, the Public League or the Catholic League.
Plus, remember, they also had to come off a rugged run in the Chicago Public League Championship Tournament before they even went into the IHSA playoffs. Simeon down by a point, but showing no panic. Here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Green going to penetrate, puts up the right-hander. Tip no good by Brock. Boy, he can get airborne. And another offensive rebound for the Wolverines. Brock, the jump, no. And it's brought out of there by Spearman. Spearman trying to get an edge. Put it high off the glass, and he quickly had to shoot it over a couple of arms.
They run to the ball so well.
On the wing going inside, and Blackledge. Nice drive to the hoop for his first 2.
We're watching a little bit of a chess match, Tom. Both teams are showing you different looks defensively, trying to find a weakness. One of the things Simeon has not done well this year is shoot the ball from the perimeter.
They get the ball down inside to Alexander, but he was fouled before taking the shot, and the foul will be called on Stephen Haynes. He gets his first third team foul on Carbondale. Carbondale also winners of 17 of their last 18. Last defeat was to Hazelwood Central, a team that has played a couple of our Elite Eight finalists. Brock will trigger it inbounds. Philip McLean, their defensive specialist, now off the bench into the ball game, and he'll work it at the point. Frees up Green to work down inside. There is Green getting the ball, goes inside, gets it back, and it's out of bounds to Carbondale.
You know, it's a very active Carbondale zone. What a lot of teams will do is swing the ball and look for that three-point shot. Simeon will look to swing the ball and then drive and kick off.
They'll let 6'7" Lawrence Blackledge. That's about all the height they've got on this team, and he airmails it out of bounds. Perhaps looking for Spearman on the sidelines, but that one way out of bounds, and Simeon gets the basketball. Third turnover for the Terriers. There you see the Wolverines, winners of the prestigious Pontiac Christmas Tournament, winning it on New Year's Eve over one of the other top teams that's in the Elite Eight here, West Aurora. The Blackhawks will be playing tonight. They're working around the perimeter of a very active Terriers defense. From the wing, Brock, they try to get him loose outside, but he came up short. And the Terriers have got it. On the run, Justin Dentman. Catches on the move, Spearman. Nope, he traveled.
What a great example of pushing the ball against pressure and then watching Simeon recover and create that traveling situation by just being in between the ball and the basket.
A minute 38 to go. Carbondale leading by 2. Here come the Wolverines of Simeon. Timothy Green now as they bring it around to Brock. They also have Brock inside, they'll have him outside, and that one off the fingertips across the way of Philip McLean. And coming in now for Carbondale will be Tommy Holder, one of their top defensive players. Here's Holder.
Right now, Simeon just looks a little bit out of sync offensively. Have a little trouble deciding how they want to attack that 2-3 zone.
Nearly picked off by McLean, but into the front court, here's DeWalt. A minute 20 to go. You see in the corner of your screen, and that is a 3. Good for Justin Dentman, who shoots 48% from outside the arc. And a 6-point lead for Carbondale.
That's the second shot he's had from up there. He got fouled on the first one for 3 free throws. They like to find him at the top of the circle.
McLean with it out front. Now Brock. He is defended by DeWalt. Out at the point, McLean. Brock. Nice shake and bake, and he banks it in. That's a Class A blue ribbon move right there. His first field goal. 4-point Carbondale lead.
Brock does a great job of finding the seams in the zone.
They work around the 2-3 zone. On the wing, Philip Bain, and he finds iron, but he hammers home the 3. His 10th of the year.
Well, we said, Tom, going in that they had to shoot the ball well from the perimeter. I think right now we have to see Simeon just do a little bit better job of stretching that defense, and to do that they can either drive and attack gaps or look for a 3-point shot themselves.
Under 10 seconds. McLean on the move, forced the shot. Do they have time? Here's Dentman off the heel of the rim, but Carbondale has doubled up on Simeon after 1 quarter. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Apt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible prices, visit Apt in Glenview. Now we will hear from your local stations.
And welcome back to Carver Arena. Carbondale a 14-7 lead. The Terriers have finished second in state twice, both times to Mid-State 6 conference teams. In 94, they lost to Manual. In 67, they lost to Peak, and Phil Gilbert was a member of that team. It probably just seems like yesterday.
Oh, there's not a March that goes by that I don't think about it. It's a wonderful experience, and it's a wonderful game, and these kids will really enjoy this experience being up here. I've never forgotten it.
What was the strength of that 67 team?
We were big and slow, unlike these teams here that are small and fast. We had a 6'9", 6'6", 6'4", 6'3", and a 6-footer, and we played half court, where these guys, they run up and down. We couldn't do that. We couldn't keep up with these guys today.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. Phil Gilbert is still holding court in Southern Illinois. He's a federal judge in the Southern District, so we're going to be very nice to him, guys. Back to you.
And you truly mean Your Honor, Your Honor. Back within now a 4-point game, Simeon, and they get the basketball back as they get the rebound of the missed Carbondale shot.
Made a little offensive adjustment there, and they moved Anthony Newell out to the perimeter, see if he can find his stroke there against the zone.
By the way, Carbondale shot 45% in the first quarter. Simeon just 29%. And that's the recipe the Terriers are looking for. Double steal, stolen back, and scoring Anthony Newell. He got it right back after it was taken away by Holder. Neal now with 5.
Carbondale is a very quick team. They need to be aware how quick Simeon is.
Rejected by Brock. Going in strong was Fain. And the foul is going to be called on Anthony Newell. He gets his first.
You see
if we can pick up the contact on the drive inside there by Fain. Nope, don't have it. So Fain, a 50% field goal shooter. Now checking in for the Terriers, Alex Spearman, the 6'1" senior, as he replaces Stephen Haynes. Early in the second quarter, Carbondale with a 2-point lead, and Fain misses both. They come away empty-handed. And normally this is a very good free throw shooting team, but Fain, one of the poorer free throw shooters on that ball club. Simeon, nice backdoor cut, get it inside to Alexander, and he converts. He's got 4, and we're tied.
You know, again, what opened that up is Newell hitting that 3-point shot to start the second quarter. It just makes you stretch.
They kick it off, but it goes through the hands of Blackledge. Simeon's got it, and a chance for their first lead in a while since they led 5-4. Carbondale outscored them down the stretch in that first quarter, 10-2, to hold that 7-point lead. That has now evaporated. Nice kick down low, and they get it inside to Green. Green is a guard, but really they're all interchangeable, and he shows he can play inside too.
That was great ball movement against the zone. You can't move as quickly as the ball can be passed.
That ends the 9-0 run. Detman hitting his second 3 of the game. He's got 12 of their 17 points.
You know, Tom, a lot of times you teach your kids to recover to the paint on transition.
Oh, watch the athleticism inside by Brock. And then somebody was crashing the boards pretty hard inside and made contact.
Against Carbondale, you're going to need to recover to the 3-point stripe to find their shooters.
4th team foul. Detman picked up his 2nd foul. Carbondale, they weren't very good hosts at Christmas. They won their own Christmas tournament and beat 3 teams from my neck of the woods down in Memphis, Tennessee, including a team that featured the son of Memphis Grizzlies president and general manager Jerry West. Played for Memphis Lausanne School. Brock off the heel. Strong rebound inside by Blackledge. And he, not surprising, their leading rebounder.
He moves awfully well in the open court for a 6'7" kid.
1-point lead for Simeon, but those are quick hands from Green, rescuing that basketball. Spearman, they get it inside, and a nice layup for Tommy Holder. Doesn't score a ton, 8.8 a game, but he usually comes up with important points.
The penetration made that play. It was a great penetration, brought the defense over, and then a great pass underneath.
3-point lead for Carbondale. Again, a team that lost their first two of the year. The entry pass blocked high, deflecting off the hands of Blackledge, and it wound up going out of bounds. It'll be Simeon's ball, and we have a timeout on the floor at Carver Arena in Peoria. Carbondale leads by 3. Let's hear now from your network sponsors.
Chevy. It's a 3-point play with a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. And now through March 31st, leave your checkbook at home. Qualified lessees can lease an Impala sedan for around $221 a month with zero due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. Chevy. Turn the key. Start a revolution. See your local Chevy dealer today.
I love old homes and homes with character.
It's called a gable roof, I think it is.
Huge kitchen with an island in the middle.
I don't know the terms. I get lost in the process.
Warranties, inspections.
All the different types of insurance that you have.
Title closings.
Contingency clause.
What are they going to take? What am I going to offer?
Who does it? Who do I call? I have no idea.
If you're looking to buy a home, you need someone with expertise to help you. Ask your agent if they're a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
My realtor's my partner.
We are in downtown Peoria here on the banks of the Illinois River. Carver Arena, a new ballpark just on the edge of downtown O'Brien Field, the home of the Cardinals Class A Peoria Chiefs. Downtown Peoria is always hopping this time of the year when the folks come in for March Madness for the boys A and now the AA tournament. The proud ladies from Simeon, the Wolverine cheerleaders, cheering on their faithful, and right now a 3-point lead for Carbondale, but the Wolverines have the basketball. Brock looking for somebody, finds Green. Defended by DeWalt. They get it around the perimeter. Newell getting it inside, and it's banked up and in by Alexander. Boy, those guys can get vertical, Bill.
They get vertical. He did a nice job establishing a passing angle to receive the ball.
Turnover, Carbondale on the break. Brock flushes the one-hand jam, and Simeon is up by a point.
I think obviously athletic play, but what's even more athletic is how he plays on the point of that press.
Another turnover, Green up ahead, and they find Philip McLean, and suddenly it's a 3-point lead at 22-19. And it's out of bounds to Carbondale, but suddenly Simeon turning up the pressure full court.
Yeah, they had a steal there, just dribble it out of bounds. Real quickness up front, causing some problems for Carbondale.
They've outscored Carbondale 15-5 in this quarter thus far. Here's Dentman. And flashing out for the basketball, Lawrence Barksdale. Their tallest player, but he'll shoot it from outside, and before the shot, a little reach-in foul on Brandon Alexander, who gets his first, and it's number 5 on the Wolverines.
You see Simeon now starting to do a better job creating havoc with that zone press. Calvin Brock is so long, he defends the inbounder, makes it hard for them to get the ball where they want to.
Alex Spearman, now Justin Dentman, who hit 2 big free throws with 0.3 of a second left for the 2-point win over East St. Louis in the Super Sectionals. Sending him here for a date with Simeon. Simeon winners over St. Joe's in the Super Sectionals at UIC's Pavilion. Contact inside, muscled up by Spearman, but he drew the foul as he missed the shot.
Tom, that was a nice offensive series by Carbondale. They stretched the defense and then isolated the middleman, got the ball into the post and let him drive to the basket.
And Calvin Brock just picked up his second foul. Number 6. Next one puts the Terriers into the bonus. First free throw is not good, but Terriers want to get into the bonus as quickly as they can with their track record of being a good free throw shooting team. Checking in Bryant Creamer, a 6'2" senior for Simeon.
You know, they have played without Calvin Brock for minutes before, but they really need his energy on the court. He's the catalyst for what they do more defensively even than offensively.
2-point game. And Green jumps it into the front court ahead to Creamer. Lead pass down low, a little too wide for Alexander, but they've got some big wingspans, those interior players for Simeon. On the wing, McLean takes it off the inside. In the lane, the short jumper, Alexander. Great penetration from the baseline, and then Alexander did his part.
Just a beautiful pass. He knew where he was going to find his teammate.
Oh, what a circus move inside for Alex Spearman. He had a bunch of spin on that basketball and got it to go.
Very athletic move, just went hard and used the rim as his protection so that he wouldn't get a shot blocked.
2-point game. Simeon leading 24-22. Under 3 minutes now for the first half in this first of 4 quarterfinal games. The Elite Eight underway here in Peoria.
Changing a little bit, Carbondale's in a man-to-man now, and just giving a different look to Simeon.
Man-to-man is a defense they've used a lot at Carbondale. Remember, after East St. Louis shot 52% in the first half, the Terriers turned it on in the second half and held East St. Louis to 42% for the game. Nearing the 2-minute mark. McLean kicks it off, and Kramer brings it back outside.
You know, a lot of teams will look at,
and they're looking for an advantage like that. Kramer had the angle, came in and gets his first 2 of the game.
A lot of teams will see Simeon in that kind of a stall and think they're not an offensive threat, but they love lanes to the basket.
Offensive rebound for Tommy Holder. Pulls Carbondale back within 2 at 26-24. Do you kind of think that Simeon just lulled them to sleep that last time down with that very deliberate movement?
What they do is they spread the court, and what they do best is attack the basket off the dribble. They're wonderful passers going to the basket, and that's what they did off of that.
In the super sectional win over St. Joe's, that front line of Newell, Brock, and Alexander combined for 51 points, 21 rebounds, and 9 assists.
You know, another thing, Tom, that's sometimes forgotten about really is how well they catch the ball. They have great hands. They catch the ball well on the move, and that's very important when you play at the speed they do.
You're right. When you flash in and the point man's expecting you to make the move, he fires that pass inside. You got to hang on to that.
See, just a little bit of a chess match. Carbondale was going to go back to that zone, and Simeon spread the ball a little bit and made him pick him up man-to-man.
On the move, Timothy Green. And looked like a reach-in foul on Michael DeWalt.
You know, again, that's what Simeon does best. They break you down on the perimeter and get into the paint and look to pass.
That's just the 5th. And it's going to be an out-of-bounds play. They're not in the bonus yet. And they still have 1 foul to give. They can foul again without putting him at the free throw line. 33.2 seconds to go. Off the inbounds play, the iron unkind for Timothy Green. And then he was held and fouled. The rebound, Tommy Holder, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the other end and shoot 1 in bonus.
You know, you'll get yourself in trouble reaching in those kind of situations. Simeon does a great job, though, of digging that ball out on rebounds. The key, Tom, is to flip the ball up and not down. When you bring your hand down on the ball, officials are more inclined to call that a foul.
Timothy Green got his 2nd at the free throw line. Tommy Holder, 67% shooter around the year, and his first attempt of the night is good. Again, this is a team that shoots 70% from the free throw line, shoots 50% overall from the field. They're a very good shooting team. That's the big reason why they are here. The second one's no good. But a rebound for the Terriers. They get a chance to take the lead.
Well, now we're going to turn the table, and Carbondale's going to wait for the last shot here.
Under 10. Blackledge. Rebound, Philip Bain. No. And at halftime, it's a 1-point edge for the Simeon Wolverines. Boy, a couple of opportunities, missed opportunities there at the very end with time running out for Carbondale.
They had a couple good looks at the basket, just couldn't get it to go down.
A 9-0 run for Simeon to start the half, a race to 14-7 lead for Carbondale. Eventually they built as big of a lead as 24-20. Let's now go to our colleague Lee Hall.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. We're with Bob Hambrick. Coach, you guys put it up a little bit quick there at the end. You wanted to hang on to the ball to the end of the half.
Yes, I did. Exactly what my intentions were, but sometimes they don't listen to what you say.
I understand. Your pressure there, you got, what, 2 or 3 baskets in a row off of it. It looked good.
Yeah, we did what we wanted to do, and we gained the lead and trying to maintain that. You know, we can keep doing that. We're going to get better as the game progresses, though.
Patience is a virtue, and your team showed that on the offensive end.
No question about that. And that's what you have to do instead of throwing the ball up from the three-point line every opportunity you get.
All right, Coach, good luck to you second half.
Thank you very much.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. I noticed one of the Simeon players, when the Carbondale crowd was chanting boring, he was kind of rocking to the beat. These guys are used to taking their time, and they lead it here at the half. Back to you.
He says they can play any style of basketball you want. We're at halftime. We take a time out to hear from our network sponsors.
You know, insurance can be confusing for most people if they've never had an opportunity to sit down and have it explained to them.
I'm a very good explainer. I explain everything in layman's terms because that's the way I understand things.
I want to make sure my customers understand exactly what they're buying.
We just need to take a little bit of time and explain it to them.
No gimmicks, no frills. I tell you how it is.
You have to really break it down so they can understand.
We have to make sure that our clients know that we can provide real answers.
This is my country.
And let them know there are no stupid questions.
Jane goes to school from 7:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then must go to softball practice from 3:45 to 6 p.m., followed by jazz practice from 6:30 to 9 p.m. What are you doing between 3:45 and 9?
A recent survey of Fortune 500 executives showed that 95% participated in activities while in high school. So don't just go to school, go beyond with the IHSA.
The Illinois High School Association. Challenge yourself.
And welcome back to Carver Arena. We are at halftime with Chicago Simeon clinging to a 1-point lead over the Terriers of Carbondale, and we are here with the gentlemen who run the show at both high schools. First, we go to Dr. John Dively from Carbondale. Seems to me like the last time we saw Carbondale in the quarterfinals, it was '94, and Troy Hudson was playing, and they went up against Manual, and it was a heck of a ball game down in Champaign.
Yeah, it sure was. It sure was. That one will be talked about forever down in Carbondale. Yeah, we came up. Nobody really expected much from us, and we played very, very well.
Tell me about the spirit in Carbondale this week with Southern Illinois going to the NCAA. Heartbreaking loss yesterday, and you guys coming back to the Elite Eight. Must be pretty exciting around town right now.
Well, you know, you talk about March Madness. We've had a double dose down in Carbondale. Yeah, it's been very, very exciting, and of course, the whole town's been thrilled to be a part of it.
Tell us about Carbondale High School. What do you got going on there besides basketball? What kind of programs, what kind of things get you excited about going to work every day?
Well, it's a principal's dream to be principal at Carbondale High School, being a college community. We're very academically oriented. We have a lot of talented students, do a lot of great things in the fine arts, as well as athletics. We just were named one of the top 5% as far as ACT overall average in terms of all Illinois high schools. But certainly this weekend, the spotlight is pretty well focused here at Carver Arena.
What do you think after 16 minutes?
I'll tell you what, we got to do a little bit better with that press, I think.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to be tough, and so I'm sure Coach Miller is going to work something out.
All right, Dr. Dively, thank you very much. John Everett is here, principal at Simeon High School in the city of Chicago. Great week for the Public League. A couple years ago, we were talking about the Public League giving up their automatic bid to the Elite Eight. They kind of went their own way. Now you got 2 schools in a couple years later. It has to be pretty exciting.
It's very exciting. We haven't had 2 schools down here during their 50 years. So it's very, very exciting for us. And it gave us another option. Normally the city championship had the automatic berth and only one team would come down. But we lost to Westinghouse, but came back and was able to win a few games and come back down.
Anytime you have Bob Hambrick in the tournament, he's just a class coach, and he's been around forever.
Yes, he's been around 24 years, has over 500 victories, so we're very proud of him. And in fact, I'm going to let out a secret. This is his last year.
Uh-oh. So there's probably a little bit extra incentive along the sidelines.
Extra incentive, and we're pulling for him. We're pulling for him. He's done a great job, and kids are always under control, and the kids understand it's academics first and then athletics. So.
Tell us about Simeon High School. Anytime we think of Simeon, of course, first we think of basketball and the great tradition there. What else happens at Simeon High School that you're proud of?
Well, we're proud of. We were the first public league team to play in Soldier Field because we played in the Prep Bowl this past year. And we also are in a brand new $40 million school. So we were in a warehouse for 34 years, but now we're in the penthouse.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Good luck to both of you gentlemen this weekend. Good to have you back after this local break. Don't go away.
Out of 4. From the line, Simeon.
Halftime in our first quarterfinal round game as the Wolverines of Simeon a 1-point lead over Carbondale as we got 2 more quarters of basketball left to go. Tom Stalker, Bill Hitt with you. And Bill, I tell you what, the Wolverines have really heated it up from the field in the second half. Ironically, though, at halftime, Carbondale with the rebounding edge, a bit of a surprise there as we look at the numbers.
Well, I think what they did is a good job of forcing Simeon to shoot from the perimeter. What we have, to me, the biggest thing here is the field goal percentage, how even it is, and the 3 points. You're looking at 3 for 6 for Carbondale, only 1 for 5 for Simeon.
As we take a look deeper into the stats, we will see another big number you're looking at, 1 on each side, Bill.
Well, I think the one that jumps out to me is the turnovers. Carbondale with 9 of them. Most of them are forced mistakes as a result of Simeon's zone press, which has really created problems. And then you see the 7 steals for Simeon.
7 of those 9 turnovers were direct steals by Simeon. Individual leaders right now, Alexander leading the Wolverines with 8. Dentman scored the first 6 in the game for the Terriers. He has 12 at halftime with another half to go. The other thing that I really liked, Bill, in that first half was this. You mentioned the word chess match often. There's some serious coaching going on from both sides, from Coach Miller and Coach Hambrick.
Yeah, you know, both of them want to run, and they want to pressure in the backcourt, but they're really afraid to do it consistently because the other teams are so quick that a mistake is going to turn into a basket.
All right, back with more halftime from Carver Arena in Peoria after we hear from your local stations.
And we are back at halftime. 26-25, Simeon leading Carbondale. We're with Terriers head coach Jim Miller. Coach, you guys got some good looks inside there early. Some of them didn't go down. Pretty even first half, except for a couple of turnovers against their press.
Well, I think the mistakes on the transition, their press is hurting us a lot. We've got to limit the turnovers. We've got to keep them off the offensive boards. Their primary scoring has come from offensive rebounding. So if we do those two things, I like the intensity, I like the effort, I like what we've done up to this point. We proved that we can compete. Now we just got to finish what we start.
All right, Coach, good luck to you second half. All right, back to you, Tom.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. You talked about the outside shooting. There's a great shot by Justin Dentman as Carbondale needs to work from outside, but here they find Blackledge, a great silky move inside. At the other end.
Looking at Calvin Brock with his athleticism, getting to the glass, getting the ball up. Good rotation there. One of their only three-point baskets from Anthony Newell.
So they did it inside and outside as well, and there are the steals and the turnarounder by Anthony Newell. He had 5 in the first half.
Just that, look at that great interior passing. They do it so well.
Watch the drive and a great feed inside. Winding up with it was Holder on the great feed from Fain.
You see him, he did a wonderful job, Brandon Alexander, of sealing his man. And now we're going to watch Calvin Brock with just a horrendous breakaway dunk.
After a steal, one of the 7 steals in the first half. Coming up, 2 more quarters of basketball in our first quarterfinal game as we take time out to hear from our network sponsors. Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Carver Arena in Peoria. Tom Stalker, Bill Hitt with you. A 1-point ball game as we get ready for our third 8 minutes of action. Carbondale will open with the basketball. And Bill, what do you expect different, if anything, in the second half?
You know, I really don't. I think it's going to be more of the same. I think if it stays this close, though, we'll see them just pull the reins back a little bit instead of running so much. I think they'll end up being a little bit more patient.
We change ends as Carbondale into the front court, and Michael DeWalt. Sticky defense there by McLean. That's his specialty. And he's able to get a hand on the shot, but it was still muscled in beautifully by Spearman.
Just a strong move. He just kept going to the basket on that. Simeon came out and showed us a man-to-man on that possession. Wonder if we'll see more of that or if they'll just give a different look for that first possession.
Whirling shot rims off, no good for Newell. Offensive rebound missed by Green. Here's Brock. He can hit from there, but he's strong with the shot. And look at that reach for the rebound there by Spearman. And can he finish the play? He does. He goes end to end. He's got both of their baskets in the second half and a 3-point lead for the Terriers.
Simeon on transition just got to stop the ball a little bit sooner. You can't allow a guy to dribble the ball down to the paint and shoot it. On that last possession, Tom, 3 offensive rebounds.
There's another one and a stick back strong on the 2-hand jam by Newell, who's got 7. That's your basic high percentage shot right there. Nice reach in tip there by Brock. Getting it back, drawing the foul, going inside was Alex Spearman.
You know, Carbondale does a nice job. They run a little sideline break and get it up quickly.
Let's watch it again on that stick back 2-hand jam at the offensive end.
You can see Blackledge comes over to help, and it takes away all that backside rebounding. It was just an invitation for that.
Remember, Miller said they got to find a way to keep them off the boards, and nobody blocked out there at all, and they paid the price.
You know, when Carbondale goes to the man-to-man, Tom, they're really not able to guard 3 players on the post by themselves. So when they bring the help, then they're vulnerable.
3-point lead for Carbondale. Simeon with the basketball. Is the Chicago Area Player of the Year by many. The jump no good, short for Newell, but a rebound foul inside. Nope, it's going to be a 2-shot foul. They got him very late there in the act of shooting. And Michael DeWalt gets his second, the first foul for Carbondale.
Newell did a great job flashing high, showed his hands, gave a great target to the passer, and then got fouled going up.
Newell coming up a 22-point, 10-rebound performance in the super sectionals against St. Joe's, missing his first free throw attempt of the night. He hit 2 very clutch free throws with 7.9 seconds left to ice that victory over St. Joe's as Carbondale's Jim Miller looks on at the other end of the court. Two-point ball game.
We're looking at a man-to-man press there, and it created a situation where Carbondale had to take a timeout.
Terriers take the timeout with 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. They led 14-7 after the first quarter, but trailed by a point at the start of this third quarter. All right, later here on your IHSA TV network, our second quarterfinal game, the hometown Peoria Central Lions against Farragut out of Chicago, the other Chicago Public League team. Many feel the #1 team in the state. Homewood Flossmoor against Moline. And then maybe one of the big dark horses, Hoffman Estates. They've been on a roll. And West Aurora avenging that loss to Downers Grove South and making it here to the Elite Eight. So a great field in our 3 remaining games tonight. Carver Arena in Peoria, the scene here on the banks of the Illinois River in downtown Peoria. Semifinals tomorrow, and then the championship and the consolation game tomorrow night.
You know, we've seen a different look, Tom, from both teams playing a little bit more man-to-man in the third quarter, and that man-to-man press bothered Carbondale. They're used to seeing Calvin Brock on the inbounder and know where they're going to get trapped. They weren't quite sure what to do with the ball that time.
The pep band from Dunlap High School. Co-directors Jill Potts, Jason Shea providing the entertainment here today and doing an outstanding job. 31-29 in favor of Carbondale. That's Tim Green. And that is one talented player. Bob Hamrick calls him the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going. Full court pressure by the Wolverines. And bringing it up court, Michael DeWalt. On the move by Spearman. He is blocked and fouled. And the foul will go to McLean. He gets his first. Second team foul. Basketball, a way of life down in Carbondale, Illinois. It's a big event every Friday night. New gym for the Terriers this year. Inbound stolen by Green. He's got a step on everybody, and he lays it in. His 6th point of the game.
Just a great anticipation on that. Timothy Green just a little bit longer than they anticipated.
But at the other end, breaking it ahead of the pack, Anthony Newell, who's now in double figures with 10.
Carbondale does just an exceptional job filling lanes on their break. They start out maybe 2-on-2, and by the time you look at, they have a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-2 advantage.
Newell hits the bucket there. He's got 10. The previous bucket, by the way, was Spearman for the Terriers, giving him 10. And suddenly we've got a track meet at both ends, and it's put in good by Detman. He is blocked. The basket will count, and he'll go to the line and shoot for 3.
You see Detman is so quick coming down the court. You take a look at him, he just almost jumps over Newell to get to the glass. Very athletic move.
Third foul on Simeon. And the 3-point play converted by Justin Detman, who's 3 of 4 from the line. He's got 15. 3-point lead right now for Carbondale in this back and forth affair. Away from the basketball, Alexander winds up on the deck. And the foul is going to go against Michael DeWalt, who now has picked up his 3rd for Carbondale.
Well, kind of interesting. Both teams like to run. Carbondale will be just more aggressive getting the ball to the basket.
They get it inside to Brock, but that one rims off no good. And into the front court is Spearman. Justin Detman lost it as he tried to make the move inside. Brock on the break, and he just simply lays it up and in. Smart play there by Brock. Great now hands. Has just 7.
Tom, great hands, and what a stretch. You thought Detman was by him.
Nice move to get open, and Detman drains it, giving him 17 points, 5 of them here in the quarter. 3-point lead for Carbondale's Terriers. Oh, nice double back move by Newell, but can't finish the play. And Blackledge gets the rebound. And as it's brought up court along the sidelines by Spearman, he thought he was fouled. They say he stepped out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And Chevrolet. Stop by and see your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana, or Central Illinois Chevy dealer today. Now we'll hear from our network sponsors.
People are busy with families and careers. They don't want to spend a lot of extra time taking care of their insurance needs.
My mom never puts me on hold, and my mom never says, can I just call you right back? I have something else that I need to do.
When you call us, you don't have to wait around. You're going to talk to a real person.
Right off the bat. Claims happen quickly because at 2 o'clock in the morning, when they have a pipe break, they want you there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
This is my country.
If I say I'm going to call you back, that doesn't mean next Tuesday.
Chevy. It's a 3-point play with a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. And now through March 31st, leave your checkbook at home. Qualified lessees can lease an Impala sedan for around $221 a month with zero due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. Chevy. Turn the key. Start a revolution. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Go back here, third quarter action, 4:39 remaining. With Carbondale leading by 3. And you take a look at a good crowd on hand for our first action here at Carver Arena here today. Simeon with a basketball. Being behind doesn't really faze them. They were down by 13 to Hyde Park in the sectional championships and came back and won it by 12.
You know, Bob Hamburg's teams are very disciplined. They're in control. They don't get flustered easy.
Carbondale coming back with a zone now.
You know, both teams will change looks. They'll find something that works. They'll ride it for a while, then they'll change into something else.
In the tall trees, Blackledge blocking the shot inside from Alexander. But a foul will give the basketball over to Carbondale. Timothy Green just gets his third. 14 fouls in the second half for Simeon. We're halfway through the third quarter. Carbondale with the ball, leading by 3. Dentman all the way, and nobody picked him up, Bill.
Great left-handed drive to the basket, and the help was very slow getting there, Tom.
He's the man, Jim Miller says. I'm sure the rest of Carbondale feels the same way about Justin Dentman.
You know, again, Simeon has struggled from the perimeter. That's not their game. They need to be a little bit more patient and then just hammer that ball inside.
Simeon working it patiently around the perimeter. McLean will put him up for 3. Strong. Rebound was poked away momentarily by Green, but coming up with it was Stephen Hayes. Weak pass inside, looking for Blackledge. Simeon steals it away, but out of control and out of bounds. Goes McLean, and it's out of bounds to Carbondale.
That was the 13th turnover for Carbondale, and they're fortunate that they're ahead because you've got to be more careful with the basketball.
6 turnovers now for Simeon. Double turnovers there. As checking in is Carbondale's Philip Payne, the 6'2 junior, and he comes in and replaces Spearman. Blackledge in the backcourt. Defended by Newell. Now Dentman will bring it into the action end. Dentman. Nice move down low, but couldn't get an advantage. Blackledge gets open. Nope, won't go. And a rebound for Simeon, and Brock into the front court for Simeon with under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carbondale by 5, 40-35.
You know, again, today, Carbondale shooting over 50%, and they really need to because they're not getting any second shot baskets.
Right now, if you're Jim Miller, do you keep this zone? It's been pretty successful lately.
You know, I think you'll see a back and forth again. They'll
blocked by Blackledge, but it's out of bounds.
They'll play this zone, Tom, until they get hurt, maybe a basket or two in a row, and then they'll change back to the man-to-man.
Yeah, that probably didn't happen to Anthony Newell too many times this year with the kind of jumps that he's got.
Well, it's very interesting where they play Blackledge. A lot of teams play your biggest kid in the middle on his own. They play him on the wing, either high wing or baseline wing, to just disturb shots.
The shot no good for Moore. And coming up with it is Stephen Haynes. 5-point lead for Carbondale. And a little bump given him out front by Tristan Moore, who gets his second foul. Number 5 on the Wolverines of Simeon with 2:10 remaining in the third quarter. Take a look, Simeon. Bob didn't spend much on his travel budget this year, did he?
No, but you know, when you can play the type of talent he plays in the city, game in and game out, there isn't a big reason to move out of the city limits.
When they did, they won impressively, beating West Aurora. It spins in and out halfway down, and the tip back won't go for Spearman. But the Terriers will get another crack at it. Haynes skips it over the top, but Fain can't get an edge. Moving to his left, the shot won't go for Spearman. And another rebound for Simeon. Simeon now with 17 rebounds, 20 for Carbondale. The shot, does it go? Yes, count the bucket. Take a look at that one again.
You see Calvin Brock is so strong coming to the basket. He's got that great first step, gets up, gets fouled, good body control, finishes.
And a little tood there afterwards. That's an impressive play inside, and the reason why Brock is one of the top players in the state of Illinois. He completes the three-point play. He's now got 10. 2-point ball game. Carbondale with the lead in the basketball. A minute and a half to go, third quarter. On the drive by Spearman. Contact foul out there along the lane.
You know, Simeon really can improve on one thing, and that is finding the ball quicker, being a little less concerned in taking the ball and more concerned in stopping the ball coming up the court quickly. They're going for the steal, but that gives them lanes to the basket.
Free throw no good for Spearman. Another big stat right now, Bill. Next Simeon foul puts Carbondale into the bonus for the remainder of the game. And again, we've mentioned before, what a good free throw shooting team they have been this year. That's a weapon for them. Free throw good. Spearman 4 of 6 from the line, 11 points in the game. Nice touch pass inside, and oh! Missing the slam was Alexander, but it's put back up and in by Newell, who's got 12.
That was a perfect example of those three big kids playing above the rim.
1-point ball game, a steal and a slam by Calvin Brock. He's got 12, 7 have come in this quarter. Another steal by Simeon, and a foul. The pressure turned on again by the Wolverines, and it's paying off.
But, you know, they're just relentless with that zone press. They just get the ball quickly. Great pass and another dunk by the big kid Brock in the middle. You know, coaches can say just be patient with the ball. That's easier said than done when you have 3 6'6" kids that are so aggressive and so mobile with such range coming at you.
Look at the disparity in steals. 3 team fouls, by the way, for Carbondale, and make that 4. And they're getting closer in putting the Wolverines into the bonus. Get an out-of-bounds play. Simeon leading 42-41. Brock one-handed inbounds. Moore with under a minute for the third quarter. And Simeon was very, very deliberate towards the end of the first half. And it looks like they're going to be very deliberate here with seconds winding down in the third quarter.
know, if you're Carbondale, what you want to do is just keep the ball in front of you. No lanes to the basket. Don't give them anything easy as this quarter is drawing to an end.
Under 30 seconds for the quarter. Now 20 as McLean puts it on his hip for a moment. Here's Brock. They like to have the ball in his hands. He always wants the ball, says Bob Hambrick. 10 seconds to go. McLean defended well by Thane. McLean kicks it off. A little jump hook won't go for Alexander. Rebound Carbondale, and the third quarter expires. Simeon by 1. This IHSA broadcast brought to you by Apt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible prices, visit Apt in Glenview. We head to the fourth quarter. We hear now from your local stations. Thanks to our friends over at the JMP Radio Group. They're hosting the camera that's bringing you this live shot of the activity outside of Carver Arena. High atop the 12th story, right across Jefferson Street in downtown Peoria. Sounds like the old big band days. High atop the favorite Peabody Hotel. All right, 1 quarter to go. And a 1-point lead for Simeon. That's the advantage they had at the end of the first half. And the Wolverines will open up with a basketball. Boy, it's amazing when Simeon put that pressure on full court, it brought them right back into the basketball game.
You know, anytime you have a zone press like that, one of the things they want you to do is inbound the ball in what we might call a short corner near the ball so they can trap it easily. You know you don't want to do it, but you still do because they make you go that
way. Long three, rims around and out for Newell. And a foul on the rebound. Rebounded by Holder, and he is fouled on the play by Alexander. He's picked up his third. That puts Carbondale into the bonus for the remainder of the ball game. And we'll go to the other end.
Yeah, that's a shot Anthony Newell can make, but it's not necessarily a shot Bob Hambrick wants him to shoot that early in a possession. They're able to get the ball in bounds, score, get fouled. They really want to do that, and then not necessarily settle for that shot, but take it after they've probed the inside a little bit.
First of the one in bonus is good for Tommy Holder. He's 2 for 3 from the line thus far. He's approaching his average of just under 9 points a ball game. Holder shooting better than 67% from the line and missed the second. Tie ball game at 42. 7:42 remaining. The winner goes to the semifinals. The loser collects the uniforms on Monday. Actually, they all do now that I think about it, but you catch my drift.
Just some of them turn them in happier than others.
There you go. Nice move inside for Philip McLean as he gets us his second field goal of the ball game. That's a 2-point lead for the Wolverines. A minute gone in the final quarter. Putting on a burst of speed and a nice sweeping layup for Spearman. A pretty move down inside.
You know, Alex Spearman plays a lot bigger than his height. He's done a great job rebounding, done his own. He's been on Calvin Brock a good portion of this game.
It's airmailed out of bounds as they were looking for Brock to zig. Instead, he zagged. And Bob Hambrick not happy with that turnover. As with a tie ball game, Carbondale gets it back. There you see the shooting percentages thus far. Carbondale shooting right about what they've shot for the whole season. 50%, a little better than that.
They're going to have to finish shooting that ball that well. And also from the free throw line, Tom. They're going to get some lanes to the basket.
The three's no good for DeWalt, but he followed his shot and got it back out front. Great effort by DeWalt. Too many times you see him just not follow that shot. He missed another long one. Oh, and hitting the deck hard inside was Alexander. And we've got a foul.
Now, Blackledge was going to make a highlight film on that. He saw that shot go up high, and he started his run from about the free throw line, but was a little out of control.
Foul was on Blackledge, his first, 4th team foul on Carbondale. Let's correct that. Missed a couple, 6 now on Carbondale. Next one puts Wolverines into the bonus. Tie game at 44. Got 3 field goals in the game. Made some noise early in the ball game, but has been quiet scoring-wise for the most part since. Now McLean. They find Brock on the block, rejected by Blackledge.
Great help side defense, Tom, and being 6'7" doesn't hurt anything when you get up on as quickly as he does to block that shot.
Lob it down inside, and they kick it back out to Newell. Now Brock, you see him out of the head of the key. Newell finding a man inside, knocked away from behind by Blackledge again, but I think the way he swatted at it, no, the foul is going to go to Holder. I thought the way that Blackledge wound up on it, I thought he might get the foul.
Yeah, Tom, you know what they're doing? They're just playing a little 2-man. They got a height advantage. You watch the help side get there a little late, and then Blackledge comes down to take the shot away.
Brandon Alexander at the free throw line for the first time as the Wolverines now in the bonus the rest of the way, and he misses the free throw. Stephen Haynes checks in for Carbondale, and he'll take the place of Tommy Holder.
You know, that's one of the reasons Carbondale really doesn't want to play a lot of man-to-man. They're vulnerable down there when they go into that little 2-man game. They're just not big enough to guard anyone down there.
And missing both was Alexander, and then in the rebound, a foul against the Wolverines will walk to the other end. And that one's going to go on Alexander, and I have him for 4. Let's see.
They're correct in that time was fouls on Brock.
Okay. And that's now 3 on Brock. Not exactly what the Wolverines were looking for there. So you got Alexander with 3. You've got Brock with 3, and Green's got 3.
All 3 of those guys need to be on the floor as this game winds down.
Stephen Haynes, 67% from the line, makes the free throw. And he'll try to give the Terriers a 2-point lead. He does. And they get it back.
Just a great anticipation by Justin Dentman on that one.
Dentman with the basketball. This could be a key turn of events right here as we near 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. And Carbondale with the ball in a 2-point lead. Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. Dentman drew a crowd inside, but he drew the defenders to him. He got him airborne, and he could call that one on either Alexander or Brock. Alexander gets his 4th.
You know, what you saw there, they switched men. You have a big man, a quick big man, but a big man guarding a guard with this a great step to the basket. Good ball shot blockers, Tom, never bring their arm down. They block it just by moving their hand, and they redirect the ball. As soon as you bring your arm down, it's inviting the officials to call that a foul.
And with 4 fouls, Alexander's out of the ball game. They bring Bryant Creamer, the 6'2 senior, back in. 21 points for Dentman. And it's a 48-44 lead. A 6-0 run right now for the Terriers. Simeon's Wolverines. Green, a floating one-hander, short off the iron. Rebound, Justin Dentman. And he'll bring it down court. Stripped away. Nice move by McLean. Here come the Wolverines. Creamer on the break. Missed the layup, but the follow-up, no. It's going to be a foul, an offensive foul called on Brock. He just got his 4th.
What a quick turn of events there. Bringing the ball down, you think Dentman's going to get fouled. He doesn't get the call. Ball goes right back there. Miss layup, and Brock over the back on the rebound.
Wow. 4 on Brock. Alexander's on the bench with 4. And at the free throw line, Stephen Haynes. He stays perfect at the free throw line. 3 for 3. Now coming in, Carl Etherly, a 6'6", 165 senior. He comes in for the first time. And Calvin Brock right where Hambrick doesn't want him, on the bench.
Well, Carl Etherly did a nice job off the bench against St. Joseph in the super sectional. He'll play well now.
It's a 6-point lead for Carbondale, 50-44. Let's hear now from your network sponsors. We've got 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Carbondale right now with a big advantage, up by 6. You can follow every shot of this tournament right online in cyberspace at www.ihsa.org. You can even get streaming audio for all of the games here at the state finals at Carver Arena. You can find out regional assignments, sectional assignments, records. It's the same source that we use as broadcasters. That's the IHSA website, the best for the state associations across the country at IHSA.org. All right, big stretch here for Simeon. And in the backcourt, a necessary foul there for Justin Denton. He just got his 3rd. And you put him at the free throw line and let him get closer with the clock stop.
Tom, there's a lot of coaching truisms. A lot of times coaches will talk how important it is to start a game, start a half. I think probably what's most important is how you finish a quarter, and in this case, finish the fourth quarter. If you're Carbondale with a 6-point lead, you don't want to put them on the line needlessly.
And the Simeon Wolverines failed to draw closer with the free throw. 4.5 minutes remaining. Blackledge. He's come up big defensively at the other end for the Terriers. Dentman has been huge. He's just right about at his scoring average, averaging just under 22 a game, and he's got 21. Blackledge stops inside, no, gets it back. Reach around foul from behind on Bryant Creamer.
Tom, what a great individual effort. You know, he should have probably put the first one in, but stayed with the ball, rebounded, and a great up fake to get fouled, go to the line.
Right now, 25 rebounds for Carbondale, 21 for Simeon. And I think that will surprise a lot of people if the Terriers wind up getting that advantage on the boards against a team that has so much superior height. The free throw good for Blackledge, his first attempt at the line. He's got 3 points in the game, well under his average of 9 a contest.
Well, I think the key so far for Carbondale rebound-wise is they've had great team rebounding. They don't have anybody with more than 5, Tom.
It is a 10-0 run. Out of bounds to Simeon. Trailing 44-42. The Terriers have reeled off 10 unanswered points. Well, looks like with 4 minutes to go, Bob Hambrick says, I got to have my best in there even if they got 4 fouls. So Alexander and Brock are back in, and they're going to have to play smart with 4.
Well, definitely. You know, these are coaching nightmares. You're down by 8. You got your key players with 4. When do you put them in? Obviously, at this point, Coach Hambrick felt now was the time.
Nice job. No, he didn't save it. I thought for a moment that Newell had saved it as he was losing his balance out of bounds, but he threw it out of bounds, and it's going to be Carbondale basketball. And right now, everything is coming up roses for the Terriers.
Well, that's 2 possessions in a row where they needed to get the ball down there and get a good look and couldn't get into their offense.
Tim Bounded. Here's Detman all the way. No, but he drew the foul. Boy, he loaded up as he was going inside. He had that right arm stretched outside and drew the foul.
You know, when you're the coach, sometimes you bite the tongue, but what you really want the kid to do is have both hands on the ball and get both hands up to the glass so you finish. Dentman is so strong with the ball, though.
Newell got the foul, and with 10 team fouls, it's now the double bonus all the way for the Terriers, as Dentman now with 22. And he is 6 of 7 from the free throw line to make it 7 of 8. 6 points in this quarter for Dentman. 10-point lead for Carbondale and a 12-0 run. And
Nice.
Simeon's got to reach down and find something quick.
They've got to get the ball inside a little bit and just get some second shot baskets.
Here comes Carbondale, a chance to stretch the lead to 12. Well, they'll have to do it at the free throw line, and that may be. That's it for Brock. He is fouled out. Could that be the end of a great career for Calvin Brock at Simeon? Somebody that, Bill, I think down the road they're going to put right up there with some of the greats that played for Bob Hambrick.
Well, Calvin Brock is an exceptional player. I don't think we saw his best here today, but he does so many little things that are just very important, and he's the energy on the team.
He fouls out with 12 points. 7 of those coming in the third quarter.
There is enough talent on the Simeon team that they can finish strong without Calvin Brock. They just need to do a much better job getting the ball up the court against the zone press that we saw the last couple possessions.
Brandon Anderson came in to replace Brock. Anderson, a 6-foot senior. The free throw good for Alex Spearman. Spearman now with 15 as he misses the second. Just his second miss from the line. 3.5 minutes to go. The outside shot no good, and another rebound for Carbondale. They lead by 11. Poked away nicely by Alexander. McLean to Alexander, and he scores to end the run at 13-0. The basket will not count. Foul out before the shot.
Justin Dentman just drew that foul, leaning in, strong with the ball. Actually initiated the contact, but he's so strong with the ball and quick, the officials have no option but to call it a defensive foul.
McLean picked up the foul, and Dentman, very good free throw shooter at 79%, has certainly helped his average here. He's now 8 of 9 from the free throw line. 24 points in the contest. Only one other in double figures. That's Spearman with 15. 2:59 remaining, and Dentman almost with a steal deep in the backcourt. Nearly took it away from Newell.
You know, a lot of teams with a 10-point lead under 3 minutes would be backing off. Carbondale is still coming after the ball in the backcourt, making them work hard to get the ball up the court.
2:50 remaining.
Back in that 2-3 zone.
Simeon in the Elite Eight for the 4th time. The three-pointer's no good for Newell. And another rebound, a big rebound for Haynes. Spearman up ahead. Blackledge with a one-hand flying jam.
What a great pass, great feed.
Biggest lead of the game, 13 for Carbondale. Missing on the shot, Anderson. Another rebound for Carbondale. They've out-rebounded now 28-22 for the game. We're nearing 2 minutes left. Haynes didn't have the shot. Wisely passed it off. Tell you what, the depth has been important for this Carbondale team as well. They lead by 13. Exactly 2 minutes left to go in this quarterfinal game. We hear from our network sponsors. And they're rocking here in the stands at Carver Arena. Carbondale leading by 13. They have outscored Simeon from the free throw line by 19 points. Inside Dentman, he is fouled by Anderson. For the game, Carbondale 22 of 30 from the free throw line. They've made 18 of 21 from the free throw line in the second half.
Yeah, and getting there that often is important, but being able to complete those is so far maybe the difference in the ball game.
26 points for Justin Dentman.
He has really done a marvelous job of breaking down the defense, getting to the paint. They finally missed a free throw, Tom.
I jinxed him. He's still got 26. And that's out of bounds. Denton's best this year, 37 against Belleville Althoff on February 21st. And a 76-74 victory against a very tough Althoff team. 1:38 remaining. Layup good. First points of the game from Michael DeWalt. And Carbondale shooting 51% from the field. Bodies hit the deck. Taking the charge was Haynes as he was slammed into by Etherly.
You know, you're running out of time. You take chances. You see some poor decisions with the ball in those last couple 3 minutes from Simeon.
That was McClain on the foul. Stand corrected. 62-46. 1:23 left. Carbondale can afford to just let the air out if the Terriers wish. Shot rejected going inside. Alexander rejected that shot, but he also picked up the foul, and he is done for the game. Alexander follows Calvin Brock. Both have fouled out of the ball game. Alexander fouls out with 10.
There were a lot of impressive things so far in this ball game, Tom, but I think the most impressive thing to me watching was how well Carbondale was able to attack the pressure defense of Simeon. They got the ball to the glass. They got some easy transition baskets.
Because there were two distinct parts of this game, Bill. When Simeon turned then at full court zone, it instantly provided points at the offensive end.
A lot of it for Simeon really was feast or famine. They either created turnovers and some easy, quick dunk baskets, or they gave up transition baskets.
Alex Spearman now with 16 points in the ball game. Really, it's been a 1-2 punch. Dentman with 26, Spearman with 16 of their 63 points.
Well, I think as a team, they've all played real well. Spearman has impressed me with his rebounding. You know, he was down there with the Land of Giants and has 6 rebounds for the game.
But I'll also expound on an earlier statement I made. That ball goes out of bounds, dribbled out of bounds by Juan Brown, as I think the bench was a big difference in this game for Carbondale. Haynes only scoring 4 points, but had some big possessions. Also, Philip Payne. You know, I mean, I thought that while they may not show up in the scoring column, their bench did a great job playing their roles for Carbondale.
Yeah, absolutely. They gave them really quality minutes underneath the basket.
All right, A.J. King is in for Carbondale. Michael Floyd is in for Carbondale. Roosevelt Gray's in for Simeon. Juan Brown's in for Simeon. I mentioned him already. Looks like Jarman Neely also in for the Wolverines, along with Brandon Anderson. Out front with it, Philip Payne. And he gets it out to DeWalt. Now A.J. King, the running one-hander, a little strong. Poked out of bounds. Looked like that was Manuel Cass who poked it away, number 41. Jim Miller. The way he looks, you'd think he was down by 13.
Well, you know, I listened to him at halftime, and that voice is going. That's not a good omen. He's got a couple more to play yet.
I take it you empathize with him? You've been there?
Been there.
Well, this is also going to be the last 30-some seconds in a great career for Bob Hambrick. As we learned at halftime, this will be it for the veteran coach. Bob Hambrick, 551 victories. This will be defeat number 145. 17 seconds left. A.J. King gets in the scorebook. His first 2, and they're going to count it down. That's it. Carbondale is going to the semifinals. They're the first winner here today, and it ends a tremendous 24-year career for Bob Hambrick. Jim Miller gets career win number 222. And excellent sportsmanship by both teams as they shake hands. Tough loss for the veteran coach out of Lemoyne-Owen College in Memphis, whose coach Jerry Johnson is still coaching down there in Memphis. But Carbondale will play in the first semifinal game tomorrow. And believe it or not, I think I just saw Jim Miller smile for the first time.
He'll smile for about 5 minutes, and then he'll start worrying about the next game.
As the Terriers head to their locker room. And Lee Hall's got a happy Jim Miller. Lee.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Coach, boy, you guys took charge there late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter, and that was it. What was the difference for you then?
I really feel we came out with a lot more confidence. We lost our nerves a little bit the first half. We took care of the basketball, and we were more aggressive the whole. When we're aggressive, we're going to get to the free throw line, and that was a big key right there. I was really pleased with how we rebounded at the defensive end. They didn't get the second and third opportunities that they got the first half, and we knew going in that was going to be big. And we didn't do a good job the first half, but we sucked it up and really played hard the second.
Tell me about Justin Detman. You've been very complimentary of him all year. You say if he's not All-State, nobody is.
Well, if he's not first team All-State,
that's what I said.
No one is. He's a player that shows up every night. He shows up every practice. What's really special about him this year is his leadership. He's taking charge. He leads by example, and he makes the people around him better. And I know those are cliches, but that's a perfect example and description of what he does for our team. He makes the people around him better. And once again, if he's not number one or top 10 to All-State, I don't know who is.
All right, let's bring in Justin Detman, our Country Insurance Player of the Game, your college coach. Future college coach right over there, second row, watching you, and you put on a pretty good show for him today.
Yeah, I did, man. I try to do my best, man. I try to be a leader on the floor and try to encourage my team to do what is right and what's good to play the game, man.
The only times it looked like you guys struggled out there today was a little bit against Simeon's pressure, but for the most part, you guys handled it and took good care of the basketball.
The first half, we struggled, man. We knew we couldn't. We had to come out and play the second half, rebound better than we did the first half. So we did that. We came out, knocked down our free throws, and came out with the win.
Tell me about going on to the medal round. You guys will take home a trophy tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what we want, man. We want to make history. We want to put something in our trophy case. We don't want to just come home with just nothing. We didn't want to lose first round. We want to be in that Final Four. Now we got something else to prove.
All right, good luck to you tomorrow. Justin Detman, our Country Insurance Player of the Game. Tom, back to you.
What a great game, Justin Detman, 26 points. Our play of the game brought to you by Apt Electronics is right in your face on that running jam here on the fast break. Here come the Terriers and Blackledge putting it in on the one-hand jam. It's amazing. It was a one-point game, Bill, going into the fourth quarter. A 13-0 run, the difference in that game for Carbondale. Not only did they outscore them in the stretch, Bill, they controlled key rebounds when they had to in that fourth quarter.
They really did. I thought Simeon just lost their composure a little bit, putting the ball up from the perimeter rather than pounding it in. But you got to give credit to Carbondale. They kept their intensity up, and they attacked and attacked and attacked the entire ball game.
So one of our Final Four is in. Carbondale will play in the semifinals. Coming up, we've got, of course, Farragut and Peoria Central. In the meantime, we'll now hear from your local stations.